Everyone wants to know what's the latest in cameras, and so I wanted to talk a little bit about the new high-resolution cameras that Fluke has just come out with, and they're starting to ship now. The Ti32 and the TIR32. Let me first of all just explain the difference in those two and why I've been ordering Ti32s. Okay, they're the same cost, $89.95, but the Ti32 goes up to 1112 degrees, whereas the TIR32 goes up to 302 degrees. Okay? So essentially they're the same price, and yes, it's true that in building diagnostics, I probably would never need anything that goes that high in temperature, but what if I want to use it for something else? See, I've got the options to expand in my use of the technology if I have the higher temperature camera. Plus, what if I want to sell it someday? Sell the camera. Okay? You have a much bigger market to sell to if you have a camera that goes up to 1112 degrees. So again, that's why I'm recommending the Ti32 over the TIR32. So why high resolution? Do you need it? Well, you can find what you need to find in building diagnostics basically with the TIR1. However, as these pictures kind of demonstrate, there's finer detail in the one on the right. So we have the TIR and R1 are a 160 by 120 resolution camera with 19,200 pixels. The Ti32 on the right hand side is 320 by 240 resolution. That means you've got 76,800 pixels, more detail. And just kind of focus in on the nails. See how you can see these nails up here? A little harder to see over here. So when you get down to where you have very slight temperature differentials, then you'll see more detail with the higher resolution camera. Okay, so whether you're doing wall insulation audits or air leakage audits or moisture investigations, this high resolution camera will be your best, absolutely best camera. Okay. Another feature that I like about these new cameras is they allow you to order a wide-angle lens if you'd like, or a telephoto lens. Now the wide-angle lens gives you twice the field of view and twice the width and twice the height in your field of view. The telephoto lens would be nice if you have a long distance and you have a small target and you want to kind of focus in on that, so that would be good type of lens for that application. I think for building diagnostics though, probably the only one you'd be interested in would be the wide-angle lens, because that's where you're kind of working in smaller rooms and you want to get more of the wall into your image. This would be perfect for that. The cameras come with a hard case, okay, and a soft case, and then of course your AC adapter / charger. But these new cameras have a dual bay charger with two batteries. These are lithium-ion batteries. They last 4 hours each, and so you can charge them overnight at the same time. That gives you over 8 hours worth of juice. That's plenty. And then you have the a nice introduction DVD that talks a little bit about the science itself and about the features of the camera and about the SmartView software. And you do get the famous SmartView software, which is a full post analysis. I talked about that earlier in the other video clips, but that comes with this too. And then you have a card reader, which uses a USB port to your computer. There's an SD card. It comes with a 2 gig SD card, so that which holds 1,200 images. So you can put the SD card in your laptop also, or use the card reader. The battery, it's got a nice status indicator here. Just push the button, and so you can see if your battery is full or halfway. That way you don't have to put it in your camera to check it out. I like that. So some say, well, what's the difference in the TIR1 and the Ti32? So let's go over that. First of all, we see that there's $2,000 difference in those two cameras. So what is it justified, or is it just bells and whistles? No, I really don't like the terminology bells and whistles, because that almost seems like it's a waste. You are getting $2,000 more in camera, actually. First of all, that Ti32 goes up to 1112 degrees, compared to 212 degrees on the TIR1. It's a 60 hertz image capture camera opposed to 9 hertz, so the refresh rate is much faster. And then I talked about the higher resolution, right? 320 by 240 compared to 160 by 120. More expensive detector system. This is a 50 millikelvin NETD, which means your sensitivity, compared to 70 millikelvins. 70 is very sensitive, but 50 is more sensitive. Your visible light camera is 2 megapixels compared to 1.3 megapixels on the TIR1. Your spot size, or instantaneous field of view, is half on the TI32. It's half the size as it is on the TIR1, which means that you can stand twice as far with this camera and get the same spot size as you can with the TIR1. Both have audio recording, which is very nice. The Ti32 has 8 palettes and 8 ultra palettes compared to 6 palettes on the TIR1. And then I mentioned that the 2 lithium-ion batteries, that's going to be 4 hours each. So you have in excess of 8 hours compared to 1 internal 4-hour battery on the TIR1. And then your lens options, standard wide-angle and telephoto. By the way, those wide-angle and telephoto lenses, they're a third the cost of our previous wide-angle and telephoto lenses for the FlexCam. These lenses run $995 each, opposed to about $3,500 previously. So that's nice. And your file formats, you've got with the TI32, the IS2 file format, of course. That's what you use if you're going to put these images on your computer and bring them up in SmartView. So I always take my images in the IS2 file format. But if your customer on the job says, can you give me a copy, and you want to take that image in a JPEG or bitmap, you can do that, give it to them. With the TIR1, you can take your image in a bitmap. They added JPEG to the TI32. Okay. So thanks for taking a few minutes, and if you have any questions about these new cameras or anything relative to our software, or a more in-depth comparison, let's say, to the TIR, the R1, and the TI32, just give me a call. Our number's toll-free number is 888-617-3266. And I'm at extension 301, and again, my name is Rod Hoff.